By the way, also Florentino Perez was asked about Mbappe, and he said, Mbappe, he does not exist tonight. It's Real Madrid party. It's a thing of the past. Nothing has happened. Real Madrid had a perfect season. And listen, I got to say something. We asked it, right? Who needs this more? And Real Madrid needed it more. And obviously not all of it is because of Mbappe and not getting him, but a massive factor, especially for somebody that needs the focus of reputation as much as Florentino Perez, needed to be a Real Madrid victory in order for him to say something like that. Because, and actually perfectly concluded for Florentino Perez, because and this is something that I've said for like 2 weeks now, you never needed Mbappe because you have somebody like Vinicius Jr., who is just escalating himself into such a tremendous player.
You do. I think that Mbappe kind of could see that for what it's worth too. I mean, he referenced a sporting project. I don't know what he's going to get from that with PSG outside of signing old superstars, which feels like a very MLS move of PSG to do that, or, MLS 1.0. I think they're making obviously a lot more smarter signings as they go forward. But I'm curious about this sporting project that they have, because it seemed like Madrid was a nice stepping stone, or a nice, like maybe final destination for him, right? He could have played there 6-8 years, won a couple of Champions League trophies, and now I don't know. I honestly feel like really quickly about Mbappe, and I agree with Florentino Perez, which I don't say often or ever, but this is about Real Madrid. But I will say very quickly, I think they said you can go win a Champions League or have a great chance at it with Real Madrid, and you'll be part of a collective, or you could be the guy here at PSG in your hometown, bringing us our first ever Champions League trophy. And we'll let you go in 3 years, but let us have the next 3. Let's see if we can do it. And I think that's what got him. I honestly think it's like that. Being the guy that brought PSG their first Champions League trophy is got to be really appealing. Anyway, that aside, Florentino Perez is kind of talking some trash here, because after Real Madrid lost to PSG in leg 1 of the round of 16 in Paris, which was a really listless 90 minutes from them, 1-0, they should have lost by more than 1 goal. Kylian Mbappe had to score very, very late to make that happen. The board of Real Madrid were so disgusted with how the team played, they were considering firing Carlo Ancelotti after that game.
That's right.
I mean, so as much as Florentino Perez says, oh, it's a perfect season, get the hell out of here, dude. It wasn't a perfect season.
There was a lot of drama.
You're ready to throw that guy into the basura, you know?
Yeah,
so,
and I love that Carlo Ancelotti was once asked, I think it was this season, like, what's your job? What's your objective? What's your overall objective, within this team, do you think? This team of stars, this huge team with massive expectations. And his answer was, I just want to make the president happy. Just keep him happy over and over again. And that's kind of part of the narrative of Real Madrid, who, by the way, tweeted, the finals are not played, they are won. And I think that's everything about, what happens with Real Madrid. What happens in the transfer window for Los Blancos, do you think?
Well, I think it continues to solidify them.
Rudiger is on his way. We know
Rudiger's coming in, which I think is interesting, because I like Ferland Mendy. So Militao obviously has emerged. He's now a Champions League winner. I mean, all these guys that maybe you didn't believe in, that Carlo Ancelotti, who is a player whisperer, by the way, seem to have got these guys playing to their potential. Rudiger seems like surplus goods. Now, obviously, he's a tremendous signing. He's only 29, going to have a couple good years for you at that center back position. But I actually kind of feel for Militao, who might have to make way, because you could have Rudiger at the right center back position, Alaba there, and then Mendy, or you could have Mendy out and Alaba take. It's just kind of, I mean, it's a good problem to have if you're a Madridista, but I honestly think they need to figure out a right back position. They need to figure out, Lucas Vazquez isn't the answer there. Fede Valverde is better used elsewhere. Carvajal is getting older. He's starting to get more injury prone. So the right back is an interesting one. I know they're in for Tchouaméni from Monaco. That would be an interesting signing for them, because they don't need to play him right away. Very similar to Camavinga, even though his talent is obvious. They could ease them into that as they ease out Kroos and Modric and eventually Casemiro as well. I think that Rodrigo is going to kind of, if I was going to make a bold prediction, LME, Rodrigo, I think, is on the precipice of having a Vinicius Jr.-like season next year.
Which is scary.
It's scary, because now Vinicius is only going to get more confident, just scored the game winner in the Champions League final. Benzema continues to age like fine wine. But I also think that they might need to start looking for a number.
Can I tell you something, Jimmy? I think that they should put, and Chelsea fans are going to hate me, they should put all their might into getting Reece James. I think
I heard that he's an option. I heard that as well.
That would be a tremendous asset as well. And by the way, we're asking all of you out there the same question. What is Real Madrid, or what should be Real Madrid's transfer plans? Now, Kylian Mbappe is not going. Who cares? You have a Champions League title, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, to Jimmy's point. Who else would you think could make? I mean, Tchouaméni is fantastic, but, you know, I think they still want to make a statement as well with this. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think as good as, you know, Dani Carvajal was or whatever, getting somebody like to Reece James's stature would really signify a massive point for Real Madrid.
Well, also you have to take into consideration the wages that they're saving by not paying Kylian Mbappe, correct, right? So they have, and they've been saving, they've been sitting on this money. They're going to probably, you know, Eden Hazard. I know that Ancelotti said they're going to keep him. I'm curious. What if all of a sudden he has a renaissance? Now you got something on your hands here. Gareth Bale's on his way out. You're going to start to have some money to play with, and that's a scary proposition. This is a team that won La Liga and the Champions League, and if everybody continues to stay healthy, you got Courtois, you're adding Rudiger, Benzema.
Hey, Real Madrid fans, Jimmy, Stacey Beat says we need a backup striker and a new right back. Well, we talked about the right back. Say, what about the backup striker?
Backup striker, I think, is interesting because Benzema is very unique. It's going to be hard to find someone that does what he can do, but I almost reference what Milan did with Giroud and Zlatan, where maybe you just go get some experience next year and just look to see who the next kind of young player. I mean, Vlahovic obviously goes to Juve. That would have been an interesting one, Vlahovic. But somebody that's mobile like that. I mean, I think that system works better when you have a mobile number 9 that can do the things that Benzema can do. And I think any system would be great if you had Benzema in it, of course. But if they had a stagnant number 9 who doesn't do a couple different things and is only good at one thing, I don't think that's going to help Madrid. And they've had that. You know, Luka Jovic didn't really pan out. Mariano Diaz hasn't really panned out.
Just grab Edinson Cavani. I don't know. You know,
Cavani's not an interesting. That's not a bad shout. I mean, they're
even if it's just for one season. I mean,
right,
the other one that I was thinking about, which obviously won't happen, but maybe if they hijack it and if Lewandowski's happy with it. But how about him coming in? I mean,
can you imagine?
He's not going to be happy to just sit on the bench because Karim Benzema is still going to be dominating. But this is a good opportunity for him to at least show what he can do and maybe get some rest in between matches.
What about Darwin Nunez?
Oh, that's a great call.
I mean, I think he actually fits that bill a little bit, to be honest. I assume everybody beat me to that in the comments, and they have the money. I mean, not to say they were going to have to pay for Mbappe. He would have been free, and Nunez going to be pretty expensive, I think, all things considered. But that is an interesting player that you could bring in. The problem is Benzema, and I think Mbappe knew this too. Benzema's not going to, I don't think he's slowing down.
No.
Okay, you sign and you put a lot of money into Nunez, but then what? You're probably not going to have a lot of minutes for him.
And also, Darwin Nunez doesn't want to be a number 2 to anybody at this point.
No, of course.
So we'll have to see what happens there. Hey, Karim Benzema, Ballon d'Or winner, right?
I think it's if he would have scored in the final, like if that goal would have stood in the first half and he would have been the match winner, I mean, it just would have been hand him the trophy now. Not to say that he won't. I think we're really, really close to that, but he didn't have that cherry on top just yet. So
but still, though, tremendous season.
No,
what does everybody think, by the way?
I mean, usually if you win the Champions League, you win your domestic league, and you're the star and the reason why that team had that type of success, then yeah, I think you're probably the favorite.
That's a question for everybody out there, by the way. Karim Benzema, Ballon d'Or winner. What do you